Good day, good evening, good morning, my good people. I'm back again. Okay, yeah, and some happy, which is okay, but we're still doing the rules of the road. Okay, rules of the road. Please make sure that you subscribe, like the video, and comment if you need to comment. Okay, yeah, still doing rules of the road. This is part five. This is part five on the rules of the road. So we ended, yeah, pedestrians right of way at a pedestrian crossing. This is what we did. Now we are continuing with towing. Towing. The rules of the road with regards to towing your vehicle. Excuse me. Towing your vehicle. Okay. The distance between two vehicles may not exceed 3.5 meters. If it is more than 1.8 meters, there must be a clearly visible red flag. So it's clear. The distance between the two vehicles may not exceed 3.5 meters. You see, if it is more than 1.5 meters, there must be a clearly visible red flag to it. Okay. Number two, a licensed driver must control the towed vehicle unless a controlling, uh, unless a controlled towing device tows the vehicle. Okay, so sometimes, okay, let me firstly start here. So this is the vehicle. Okay, this is the vehicle, and then this is a towed vehicle. Okay, this is a towed vehicle. So there's the tow bar or whatever. So the person who must drive this car, who must be in control of this vehicle, should be someone who has a driver's license. Angeke uthathe umshana wakho wathi hey mshana accompany me kunemoto engifuna ukuyilanda lapha umshana ongena license. Fuck. So a licensed driver must be controlling the towed vehicle. That's what the law is saying. Then, moving on, uh, the towed vehicle must have efficient brakes. Efficient brakes. So it must brake unless being towed by a dropper, or a tow bar. So if it doesn't have efficient brake, if the brakes are not efficient, then use a tow bar or a dropper. Okay. Yes. And then when towing, the maximum speed is 30 kilometers per hour, unless you are towing by means of a solid bar. It is straightforward. When towing a vehicle, the maximum speed is 30 kilometers per hour, unless you are using a solid bar. But if you are using a rope or a chain, the maximum speed should be 30 kilometers per hour. You may not carry passengers in the towed vehicle. So you can't say, hey, guys, I'm going to get my car there, so it's fine. You get in the towed vehicle. It's not allowed. You cannot do that. And then, last point, towing on a freeway without a solid bar is unlawful if the freeway has a minimum speed of 30 kilometers per hour. So if you are towing a car on a freeway without a solid bar, remember that if you are towing a vehicle, your maximum speed will be 30 kilometers per hour. Okay? Unless you have a solid bar. So if you don't have a solid bar and you are towing a car on the freeway, remember most of the freeways, the minimum speed will be 50, the minimum speed, but there are other freeways whereby the maximum speed is 30. The minimum speed is 30. Okay, so Minimum speed means that you cannot drive less than the speed indicated. So if they say minimum speed is 30, that means you have to drive more than 30. You drive more than 30. Minimum speed is the slowest you can drive here. Okay, but you don't deny the fact that the maximum speed on the freeway is what is 120, but minimum depending on the freeway. Okay, so if you don't have a solid bar on the freeway, don't take your car there. Come on. Yes. Now, um there, light motor vehicle and heavy motor vehicle lights. We are talking about the lights now. When using any light or heavy motor vehicle on a public road, all lamps must be undamaged. All lamps must be undamaged. Your car should be able to illuminate. Imoto yakho kumele ikhanyise umgwaqo. Okay? Your all lamps must be undamaged, unobscured, properly secured, and capable of being lit at all times. Capable of being lit at all times. So wena ngeke uhambe uthi ufaka ama-globe abo my friend. Ama-globe of which they saying, ah, these ones, my friend, you don't have to light them all day. You light them all day, they will break. No, you must fit it with the lamps that are capable of being lit at all times, because sometimes you might find that the conditions are very poor in a way that you have to keep your car lit at all times. Let's say it's just like the condition is bad, it's bad the whole day. So if those lamps are not capable of being lit all day long, then it's not fit for a vehicle to be like that. So, number one, they say the headlamps, rear lamps, and number plate lamps must be kept lighted. Yeah, must be kept lit during the period. Hey, this English must be kept lit during the period between sunset and sunrise, and at any time when, due to insufficient light or unfavorable weather conditions, persons and vehicles upon the public road are not clearly discernible at a distance of 150 meters. Okay, the first point they say you must keep it lit. You must keep your lights or your lamps lit between sunset and sunrise. Between sunset and sunrise means what? It's night condition. Uh, at night, when you are driving, at night, you should turn on your lamps. Your lamp should be lamping. Hey, fuck man. Uyangizwa ukuthi ngithini? And then and at the time when due to insufficient light or unfavorable weather conditions. I've spoken about that briefly. You see? Number two, provided that these provisions shall not apply to a motor vehicle which is parked. These provisions shall not um, apply to motor vehicles which is parked where? Off the roadway of a public road. If your car is parked off the road, off a public road, then you are not. I mean, you cannot then keep your car lit. Um, and in a parking place demarcated by appropriate sign and road. By appropriate road traffic sign. So if you are in the parking lot, does not mean ukuthi just because except your lights or your lamp should be lit. No, you are in the parking lot within a distance of 12 meters from a lit street lamp illuminating the road on which such a vehicle is parked. You see, if you're in a lit, 12 meters from a lit street lamp. I mean, a lit street, not a lit street lamp illuminating the road on which the vehicle is parked. Kuyakhanya la ongakhona. So why? And uyibekile imoto yakho, you are not driving it. Yabo, it's parked in a street that is lit, so you don't have to. And then now we're talking about main beams, deep beams, parking lamps, and rear lamps. So the most important things to consider here with regards to um, um, main beams. Sikhuluma ngo-bright la, bright, right? Bright. So main beams must emit a white light enabling the driver to see any person or vehicle or object of a distance of at least 100 meters. So, mawuhamba ngo-bright, your bright should illuminate at least a distance of 100 meters. Okay, 100 meters. So, this number is important. This number, 100 meters. Okay, for main beams. 100 meters for main beams. Remember to turn off the um, bright light. You turn off the bright light if there is oncoming traffic. Yabo? Oncoming vehicle approaching or following another vehicle. So, lovely people, my friends, look, this is my windscreen. I'm driving. This is my windscreen. Okay, this is my mirror. These are my mirrors, and there is another mirror. I'm driving. If someone is approaching me from behind, and the bright is I mean uhamba bright, I won't see anything here. I won't see anything here. I won't see anything there. So when you are following another vehicle, then you need to dip your 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 beams. Okay. All right. So now going to deep beams. Going to deep beams. Okay. Deep beams must emit a white light enabling the driver to see any person or vehicles or objects from a distance of at least 45 meters. So this is the important number, 45 meters. So bright is 100. Okay. Deep beam is 45 meters. It's a distance. Okay. And then moving along to parking lamps. A vehicle may not be driven on a public road with any parking lamps lighted while such vehicle is on motion. The parking lamps, when you are driving, you don't have to be driving with your parking lamps. And you must know, Wuti, every rule that is set, you must adhere to that rule. Failure to adhere to the rule might actually lead you to being fined. Okay? Rear, rear lamps. You may not drive or ride any vehicle on a public road without a rear lamp emitting a red light fitted. So ama-light wangemuva, they must be red. They must be red. If you don't have rear lamps, you may not drive. You may not drive that vehicle. Okay? And then stop lamps or brake lights. You may not drive a light motor vehicle or motorcycle on a public road unless it is fitted with stop lamps at the rear when in use. They must emit a red light um, which must be greater than